of finance, of fintech and export. That's how they say the intersection of fintech and export. My name is Kofi Bartels. Femi Obong-Daniels is he around? Yeah, he's somewhere close by, but because of time, we're starting now, and of course, his shoes are too big to fill. That's almost reluctant, gentlemen. Even this morning, I expressed my reluctance to take the paper from Razak Olagbe. I told him I'm not doing this no more. You know what it means to fill Femi's shoe?
No, just borrow it. Borrow it for a while.
Okay, all right. Good morning to you, Nia Delshaw, a non-oil export coach. You have to always add that non-oil. And of course, good morning to you, Razak Olagbe, our producer.
Thank you,
gentlemen. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you know I've not thrown that Kulikuli package away? The packaging, I haven't thrown it away.
Look, if I tell you the story of the packaging, so let me just give you an inroad into it. At the wake of us trying to do the designs for our packaging, I'd approached a company to do the designs for us, and
is it a Ghanaian company? No, you've been telling us about one Ghanaian company.
If you are jealous of Nigeria, you can let us know.
No, how can I be? No, of course. Proud of Nigeria.
But you're saying it's a Ghanaian company.
You told us over the past few months.
Yes.
You've been talking to Ghanaian company, the packaging.
Me, Ghanaian company, packaging.
Yes.
When Ghanaians told me, all right, there was a particular meeting session I had, you understand, that a Ghanaian told me, he said, if there's anything that is going to give to Nigerians, it's packaging. I've said it on the show here before.
Okay, but you kept touting a Ghanaian company. That's why I went there.
No. It is your imagination.
He types of packaging.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Packaging.
Right.
Nigeria owns packaging.
Okay, that one. He has forgotten. Yes. Razak knows what I'm talking about.
We know. The truth is, Ghana supports export. The government supports export. They take it seriously. They're building the infrastructure to make export work. It's serious business in Ghana.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, I can tell you. I mean, I don't want to say that. Oh, they're not serious. I don't want to say that. But everything that points. I mean, what we're going to be talking about today again, you understand, points to some of these facts.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you get it?
And I agree. I agree that Nigeria has the right, very good packaging. Companies and I mean, look at what the young women are doing. Those who send the dried fish and dried meat abroad, and they have it.
Look,
I mean, real fruit is packaged, not packaged here, and all those other things.
So we're planning to have. I've been over the weekend working on how we can have an African shop, where we can own an African shop in the UK.
Okay.
And
you mean 3 of us now here this year?
Yes. Maybe I will tell you to buy a certain stock, buy some shares, because I'm going to compartmentalize it and say, okay, look, you can buy stock.
We are together now.
After you ate that kulikula and even give me out of it, despite the fact that I gave you.
No. I'm giving you what I'm giving you now is feedback. Feedback.
But thank God you like our kulikuli. I mean, that's So we're trying to set up an African shop. You understand, in the UK, and those of us in that group of trying to do that. There's a lady who's also talking to us from the what do you call it? From the German end, right? And they're telling us that the feedback is that, look, they need a lot of our clothing. All right? They need a lot of our clothing, all of African clothing and all of that. So when we're talking about export, it's not just food. It's not just food. You can export clothing, right? You can export artifacts. All right. So a whole lot of things are there that one can actually get out of the country and still make a lot of money. Because the fact is that in Germany, they're saying that, they go to work, and when they come back from work, they want to be casual. All right. So all of these are footwears. These are slippers, you understand, and all that. So I had to start doing some research this weekend about, fashion. Okay, do I go to a bar? I started thinking in my head, and I'm like, now, in the course of doing my research, I was seeing beautiful things that Nigerians are making.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look. We may have our issues as a country and as a people, but you can never ever take away the ingenuity of an average Nigerian. Because I remember the US, and I see where government provides everything they need for them. In Nigeria, an average entrepreneur does not have what they need. It's tough. You remove fuel subsidy, Nigerians they're pushing. They're saying, no, we're not giving up.
Against all odds.
Against all odds. Yeah. Nigerians, look, no matter if anybody sees Nigerian abroad and speaks ill of us, we should say very horrible things to them, because they do not understand what it means to be a Nigerian in Nigeria that is bearing all the odds.
Sir, should I don't know if this is shocking. I don't think it's shocking.
Okay.
There are people who are wearing made in Italy shoes today. Those shoes are made in Aba. They are wearing made in Italy shoes, made in France and all that way. Those shoes are made in Aba.
It's the truth.
You look at it, put that shoe side by side with an imported shoe. You can't tell the difference. In fact, I'm told that some of these shoes are being exported, to other countries, and they put the brand and bring it back to Nigeria. So a lot is going on. Okay, the man whose shoes are too big to fill.
He's wearing Italian shoes.
I've not really introduced the program as with the script because he wrote Femi's voice. He wrote Femi's voice.
The fear will not even allow you to introduce it.
I'm telling you.
You don't get
He wrote Femi's voice, and I said, how
on earth?
Sir, please approach the bench. Approach the bench.
And I said you can't finish.
It's a trap.
Just borrow the shoe for a while.
It's a trap. I refuse to fall into that trap.
Well, we need Miss Femi.
He writes.
Oh my God!
Look at sir. He's Femi's voice. Is that not a trap?
Oh my God!
It's
good to have you, Femi, man.
It's good to be here.
Welcome, Femi.
I love it when the show starts like this. Ice breaking and all of that. Kofi, nice one.
I didn't even do it. I mean, what is your famous voice?
Just the comedian.
Set up.
Oh my God!
So you guys. Now here's the sad thing. You won't like the first things I would say. So before I say those first things, I like to say, you guys have been having fun, and I'm about to spoil the fun. So these are my first words. It starts with bad news. A bit of bad news this morning. It's not like anybody has died. Like you already know, everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing fine. But how about the economy? Yeah. Those of you who follow the news probably understand where I'm going with this. It is getting worse. Despite the higher value from the Naira devaluation, Nigeria's total trade with the United Kingdom is, quote, unprofitable right now. And with Nigeria, the United Kingdom are like one of our biggest trading partners.
Very true. Yeah.
The question is why? Well, I'll tell you. The profit margin has dropped by 25%. And that's from figures from the first quarter of 2024. That's from January to March. We're still awaiting what it will be from April to June. And I don't see any indications that suggest that it will be better. So quarter one, 2024, the profit margin in doing business has dropped 25%. That's 1 quarter. And when you take that and put it in how it translates to your pocket, it's mind-blowing. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the total trade between Nigeria and the UK dropped to 602.36 billion naira in 2023. That was the volume in 2023. 602 billion in 2023, but it's now 451.45 billion in 2024. So from 602 billion, we're now at 451. That's a 25% swing. Now, 2 weeks ago, I informed you on this show that a weaker naira has made our exports cheaper and more competitive internationally. That's internationally. So if our naira weakening has made us more competitive, made our product cheaper internationally, what is the problem? Why are we losing money? The uneasy means of doing business in Nigeria is one place you can point a finger to. Experts say that is the cause of the decline. Well, maybe it's better to hear from the experts. You've already met Ani and Razak this morning, thanks to Kofi, who's looking like dashing, swashbuckling.
We have
$5
$5 million extra from gold. So So I'm dressed in golden color. It's just congrats, hooray.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you all?
I'm fine. It's good, so great to see you.
Yes.
So great to see you.
You know what we do on this show? We talk about we talk about fintech. We talk about fintech peripherals, but most importantly, we talk about the non-oil export. The oil export business has been dominated by breaking quote Dangote this, Dangote that one. What is it? I almost said iOS, but Dangote refinery. The man has built a refinery. Now you can't even buy oil to refine because, according to him, and this is just a layman's understanding of it, the people who should sell are not selling. The question is, why are they not selling? Well, it's not that simple. It's very complicated. The oil business, different aspects to it. There's competition, and there's even accusation that the local sellers are selling in a higher price than normal, therefore pricing out our friend and brother who now has a refinery. And now he literally has got to import oil from other places, even though we are producing oil. Plenty. Don't jump into that conversation like you know, because first and foremost, the truth is you don't know. It's very complicated. You are going to talk futures, situations where but oil is not like Niyi wants to import palm oil and this thing, and he goes, how much be on a palm oil? Not be like that, then they sell crude oil. Do you understand? Sometimes those deals have been struck, long ahead. The money has been received. You are literally just supplying stuff for money. You have actually received from different companies. It's very complicated. The other thing too is that, in a capitalist society, people will always look to price you out. And whether it's legal or illegal is another. It's another, yes. Like Razak just did elbow. It will elbow you to one side like this.
Dog eats dog.
Yeah. So it's competition,
Situation,
and I think Dangote is a big businessman. He knows what he has to do. He should do it, right? But why did I even go there? Okay, we're talking non-oil export because this is where at least we have some measure of sanity. You cannot play in the oil sector unless you get who you be. You understand? The non-oil sector, whoever you be, you can play if you know what to do. If you're educated. So let's come back to the issue we're talking about. So there is a logjam. Niyi, Baba. They said Naira devalued, so we are more competitive in the market, and now we are losing money, losing 25%. Of our margins in our UK trade spells trouble everywhere. And that has serious ramifications. What's going on and how do we get out of this?
Okay, thank you very much. Why we're here is for us to be able to see the light ahead of the tunnel. Right. What do we say about pipeline? That is in the pipeline. Okay, we talk about that all the time. Okay, you've talked about crude oil. It's always the pipeline. So now, I would always look at things from the broader side of life. So in business, once you hear there is a problem, what should come to your head is that there's an opportunity. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's just reality.
Once you hear there's a problem, so for some of us, we're problem solvers. I was trying to hire a lady last week to do customer service for us. And the SIM she bought couldn't log into data. It was a complex issue, you understand?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, sir, let me use my number. I said, no, that I'm wired to solve problems. I'm not wired to run when there's a problem. I said, no, it's not going to happen. Until we solve this, we'll not move forward. Eventually, we solved it. Because you must understand how to solve problems.
Yep.
That's how life is. That's what brings greatness. Right. Now,
that reminds me, I'm having issues with my SIM. Immediately after this show.
Not a problem.
Let's solve that problem.
We'll look at it together. You understand? That's fine. I'm happy. I mean, he knows me. Razak knows me. When there's a problem, I want to put my head in it. That's why you see me go to Akwa Ibom. Now, I've talked about fashion before you came here. I'm going to go to Aba very soon. All right, let's go and see what's going on there. So, because you can also export fashion.
Yep.
You get it. Now, remember, there was a lady that came in here for a show, the Malawian Briton. Now, she came here to talk about the opportunities of trade between Nigeria and the UK. All right? I had that conversation with Kofi. Kofi shared a couple of information with me. I ran it with people. You know, since last week, I've run it with people. That's what's birthing the African shop we want to have in the UK as I speak to you. Okay, you had not been here when I talked about it. Now, we're like, okay, yes. These are the opportunities that come with all of these challenges that we're talking about. So when you see those problems, they're staring you in the face that, look, come in there. Come in there. Oh, there's a trade deficit, right? Who are the people that are going to make it happen? I do not want to continue to dwell on the problem of government because the core of the problem that has been mentioned here is an infrastructural problem. So when there's a decline, the question is, why is there a decline? You have pushed people away from what they used to do that was a bit of a premium at some point, but you frustrated them to the extent that they now say, no. We don't want to go there anymore. All right? But the reality of trade is that while some people are dropping those opportunities, the mantle, you understand, there are other people that are going to look at it and say, okay, look, this is the time for us to make sure that we can take advantage of it. That's how it works.
And you know, Ghana is picking it up. Last week, upper week, I met a Briton at an event, a food event. And the man was saying that all the things here we see at the exhibition came from Ghana. But they were bought in Nigeria. I said, okay, how? George, how? He said, Ghana and Britain have a good working relationship. I said, how about Nigeria? I said, Nigeria?
No.
Bottleneck here, bottleneck there, ease of business is zero. Zero. That's why most of the things in Nigeria, they have our granite, our food, our steel, our fashion. They are routed through Ghana.
So the Ghanaians are. Here's a funny thing. And hear me out, gentlemen. So ease of doing business in Nigeria is horrible, right?
It is, yeah.
So the Briton, the American, the European, they're like, this is too much drama for me. So effectively, they look around, please, who can deal with this rottenness in Nigeria? And Ghana says, here I am, send me. And then Ghana comes, and then Ghana still has to face the rubbish of getting the thing, but it could be that they have resilience, they are thick-skinned, and they do what they need to do. Even the things we Nigerians will surrender and say, I beg, I don't want. The Ghanaians are probably do because they still have to deal with all the problems, infrastructural, locally, government policies that don't work. They have to deal with these multiple tariffs here, there, to get things out. And then they get it out. And then they are able to still make good business with other countries on Nigeria's assets.
Let me chip in something, just in addition to what was talked about. In that that exhibition that we went for, there were mainly foreigners. And a couple of the stands that I went to, and I was like, okay, do you have a place in Ghana? You know, do you have a representation in Ghana? They said, no. We're not in Ghana. We're not in Ghana. You know, that Nigeria is the market. You know, that Nigeria is the market, you understand? You know. But again, they'll still go through Ghana. All right? They'll go through Ghana and probably get some of those things, you know. They get those things you know, ready, all right, and push them into Nigeria through Ghana. You understand? So it looks like the infrastructure to be able to do stuff, you know, directly with us.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll deal with this issue and talk and hear from you.
Info. We'll be right back.
Let us dive into the heart of global affairs.
We go beyond the headlines and into the real stories shaping our world.
Why pay more than $200 million to have 1,000 Kenyan soldiers come to Haiti when we could use that money to train the police?
What you've done with your grief is actually to spread it and give it and turn it into the love.
This served Netanyahu because he didn't think Hamas would ever be a serious military threat.
Congo is a country with so much wealth. The people have been fighting to regain control.
From the corridors of power to the front lines of change, Borderline brings you in with analysis of the issues.
The US has power over them. Most of them will steal money from Haiti and invest in the US.
Some people who support Sonko and Jumai 5, over half of them don't have a voter's card.
Sounds like Nigeria.
Join Ireti Bakari Yusuf on Borderlines as she engages with policymakers and thought leaders,
Giving you perspectives and insights you won't find anywhere else.
be part of the conversation. Join us live
Your voice matters on Borderlines as we explore the complexities.
every Friday at 4 p.m.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Stay informed, stay engaged.
Step into the conversation.
Are you ready to ignite your career in the media industry? Wazobia Academy Spark program is back and better than ever. Registration opens 20th of May and closes 24th of June. Physical classes hold on Wednesday 26th to 28th of June. Spark 2.0 is offering 3 incredible courses running simultaneously: becoming an OAP, series writing, and video shooting and editing. 16,000 naira only for each course, covering both online learning and 3-day physical training. What are you waiting for? Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to kickstart your career in the creative industry. Visit www.wazobiacademy.com/Spark 2.0 to register or send a WhatsApp message to 0908-826-5038 or call 0911-111-1221. Terms and conditions apply. Wazobia Academy. Learn and lead.
As a mom and a dentist, I know the importance of strong teeth, beautiful white smile, and fresh breath. They give you the confidence to eat the right foods without worry, speak confidently in public, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1-2-3. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to protect their teeth from holes, give them white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1-2-3.
Wow, Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. So just take a look at this furniture.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what.
The AXA endowment policy gives you the benefits of target savings and life insurance in one plan. Call 0700 AXA Mansard or visit axamansard.com to get started. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
Tell me which kind thing Viva no fi wash away, 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 away. Jenna tomato paste or coffee stain your body. Viva go wash away, 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 away. Chicken if I am close now, all you need for Viva to wash away, away, away.
of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I don't know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the show. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. It's Nigeria Info. You cannot miss it. And you can join this conversation in a bit. But before that, too, for all the questions you have as to how you can get ahead or get along in the non-oil export sector, send your queries to a WhatsApp number I'm going to give you now. It's a WhatsApp number. It's not for SMS. Not for SMSs. No, it's not. Don't send SMS messages, and it's not for call. It's WhatsApp inquiry. It's 0912-171-2885. That's 0912-171-2885. Before we went on the break, Ni, Razak, Kofi and I were talking about the wahala that is ongoing now, where Nigeria's trade with the United Kingdom has taken a 25% tumble in the first quarter of 2024, and it could be worse in the second quarter. The second quarter is just ending. At the end of June, the second quarter would have ended. At some time in the third quarter, we will know what the numbers are, but it's 25% from the first quarter itself. And we're looking at what the problem is, but even more importantly, what are solutions? How do you get around it? Now, in my introductory comments, I talked about what's going on in the oil sector. I talked about Dangote refineries coming out to say, we've built refinery, we can't get crude oil to buy in Nigeria. Why not? They say it's because the international oil companies are making it impossible for them. One of the things they do is to sell higher than the market price. In fact, at the point they said they had to pay $6 above the global market price for oil to buy locally. So they cannot buy. In other words, they're saying they're selling to us locally at a price higher than what they are selling to the countries they are taking this crude oil to. The other thing they do is they just say there is no oil. And meanwhile, oil is still leaving. Now, there's something called, let me try and make sure I'm saying the right thing. There is a standard, yes, they call it the DCSO, Domestic Crude Oil Supply Obligations. It's a provision of the Petroleum Industry Act, under Section 109, subsection 2, where international oil companies are to ensure that they sell to the local market before they take it out. So that is the problem. So what Dangote is saying is that they are not selling to us, they are taking it out. So it's a big wahala. And they are now saying that for us to refine oil, we have to go and buy from other countries, including the US. We have to go as far as the US to buy crude oil. And if they're buying so wahala is everywhere now. Like, if I'm going to follow Ni's advice to say, oh, there's a problem there, maybe there is a solution, you can play. No, you cannot play. you don't have the money. Okay, not to discourage you. You might have the money. Who knows? But if you cannot play in the oil sector, the problems are similar in the non-oil sector, where I hear that Kofi is routing all our products through Ghana. There's an opportunity there too, isn't it? So let's get back on point. Kofi is looking in the ceiling like,
what's my friends?
I wish.
What's my friends this morning?
I wish.
It's a setup.
But seriously, you were making a point before we left, which is, these problems are there. They're humongous. And as we were discussing during the break, all of us here, there are ways to bypass it. And that might also include collaboration of some sort. You were sharing an experience. If you could just take it up. I think it was Razak that was trying to make a point.
Now, I was saying that
before.
using Ghana as a gateway for all this business, you're making Kofi to feel good.
To feel good. Kofi has confessed that all he cares about is gold. The guy just wants to.
The truth is, I keep talking about opportunities. I don't see problems, right?
Yeah.
The problems would never end. They will never end, right? When the problems come, what do you see? Your eyes are open. What are you seeing? All right? See the opportunities. Oh, there's a shortfall in trade. Okay? What are they doing? When the lady, the Malawian, came here to talk, she talked about 3,000 products that could benefit. She was talking about cashew, talking about some certain products, that could benefit from that UK initiative. Kofi shared that stuff with me. I started doing some research. I created a community immediately, and I said, look, go and list out those 3,000 products for me. So what that simply means is that, look, we will present the 3,000 products to our community. I mean, we have a community, because the listeners are listening and wondering what exactly is possible. In the community, we're better off stronger. Like they say in Yoruba language, right? So we're better coming together than working in silos.
Because
Uberudori, right? Yeah. So you cannot. So thank you for using your Badon sense to help me complete that. Or more Badon. So that's it. You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
All right. When we're together, we're able to harness resources. I've talked about it in the wake of our beginning of this show when we're talking about the fact that they reject our yam, they reject our this, they reject our beans. We talked about yam in the last edition of Thereabout. Now, if they're accepting, because the walls of trade, in Africa are falling.
Yeah.
So it's important that we as Africans come together and start to trade with ourselves. So it was asking me about after here, you understand? So it's about time we start to trade together, all right? So which means that I can wake up tomorrow and say, okay, there's a mentee that I have in Ghana, or there's a mentee that I have in Tanzania, that I can ask questions and I say, look, what's going on here? I saw an advert on social media about a company that is willing to take products, all right, from Nigeria and help you sell and distribute. I was like, wow. Which means I can move my products on my kuli, the palm oil and all of that, move it into Ghana, they warehouse it for us, you understand? And they'll help us sell. We'll run adverts and sell from them. Like, oh, this is getting more interesting. Because technology is available to make everything happen. That's what it is. You got it. So in all of those things, come, let's work together, all right? The problems would only get smaller. Once you come together, all of you brainstorm together. It is when you come together, you can find solutions to problems. But when you sit down by yourself and you're doing things by yourself, it's going to overwhelm you. That's the problem with problem. All right? Problems overwhelm people. So you get so confused. I was talking to some people, they were telling me, I said, Mr. Nee, okay, I want to do exports. So what is the first thing for me to do? I get those kind of questions. Okay, yeah, you talk about these things, you understand. So what do I do first? And I come, I say, okay, look, let me tell you what to do first. So then that's okay, Mr. New, thank you, because you've never been there before. Some of us have gone through it before. We're still doing it, you understand. We know what it takes for you to be able to go and do it, you understand. For as long as you want to work by yourself and you don't want to work with other people, you will not be able to take advantage of these opportunities. During the break, he was saying something. I said, look, now, we'll continue to do it gradually. We'll continue to build the community. We've been on this show for like a year, right? We're going to be 5 years by the grace of God. If God keeps us alive, it's going to be 10 years. we would have grown a larger community. We have people from everywhere, South Africa, So when I need information from South Africa, I know who to call. The person it's just a WhatsApp away because we don't export together. I mean, we do group export. All right. So you're Ghanaian, you put money in this group export. You're South African, you put money in this group export. We are simply one. When we're together, we can do more.
But this is my own side. Right now, UK is finding it difficult to do business in Nigeria, and Ghana is next door. What are the things you can take to Ghana? Granite, our metal, our food items, our fashion. We can route them through Ghana and to the UK. Because Ghana and UK, they are pally.
Yeah.
They are good friends. So instead of looking at the uneasy way of doing business in Nigeria, Ghana is next door. Ghana will give you the leverage you need, and you can move your stuff outside.
That's it.
Yeah. So on the one hand, it's good news for people who are disillusioned by the proper lack of forward movement in the Nigerian business climate, especially when you consider Nigeria is supposed to be some ripe land of opportunities and all of that. So on the one hand, I'm listening to this and I'm saying, you know what, if Ghana provides an easier route to do business, fine. And we know that Ghana have provided a route for Nigerians over time. I remember there are people who would rather travel through Ghana than
it's
Nigeria.
cheaper, yeah. The ticket is cheaper, yeah.
There are certain global tools that people could not access in Nigeria because of Nigeria's peculiarities, that they had to access them through Ghana.
There are online platforms that Nigeria has been yanked off.
Yes.
That Ghanaians are.
Certainly, online platforms like you cannot even access as a Nigerian. So, while we see a solution, the question then is, if since we were young, Nigeria had always had these problems where Togo, Ghana, Benin Republic were seen as more reliable business partners to the rest of the world than Nigeria, who's supposed to be the giant. I mean, is it hopeless though? No. I'm probably asking the wrong people because I don't know what NI is going to do about it. But the question is, do we all throw our hands in the air and say, look, Nigeria is a lost cause. Let's find other way to do our things. While I'm okay with it, if I'm a businessman, I would have no choice.
If you remember during the break, I talked about the amount of money we're losing from the lack of good infrastructure. Look, the fact that they removed fuel subsidy is not the problem. Is that the problem is that you have not made it easy for people to be able to leverage on every other kind of opportunity that can come. All right? So you remove fuel subsidy, people are groping every day, all right, about the pain and all of that, and infrastructure is still not right. All right? So Nigerians are taking the resources of Nigeria and going to Cotonou and going to Ghana. You understand? I'm looking for a way out for them to be successful. Do you know how much the country itself is even losing in terms of revenue? Because of all of those kind of bottlenecks that are happening. All right? Because if things were working properly, there'll be more people, all right, that will be interested in being able to do those things. All right? I cannot take it away from the fact that the government is complacent in this issue. It's the government, really. You understand? And the government is not doing anything about it. But that does not mean that the day that the government will start to take responsibility for what they need to do, you will not be in the right place. You get it? You don't go to war and go and buy a gun on the day of going to war. So you got to prepare. You understand? You have to be prepared and say, okay, look, this is what's going on. With that, they're doing it, you understand? We're not doing it because, everything is going on right. It's because we're there. Somebody will come in and say, there's an opportunity. Why is the person telling me there's an opportunity? It's because I've positioned. That's the reason. So we're going to encourage people to also position. We also don't want to walk alone, really. Right? We don't want to walk alone. We want the community. We want people to be able to be with us. We want to be able to brainstorm, share ideas with ourselves, and be able to say, look, because if we're together, Razak said once, he said, look, all of us are working in silos. If we bring ourselves together in those small silos and put ourselves together, we can make a position to the government and say, look, this association of people, young people who are doing stuff, they exist. And this is the reason why you should look at this area, you understand, so that people's economies can become better. That's what government is all about.
And you know, the trade between Nigeria and UK has not stopped. There's a decline. So we can, I think, if we improve our importation issues, things will improve. If our ports are something else, our ports, our airports, our borders. Have you tried taking things out of Nigeria by road? At the border? Even try to come in. It's hell. Why is it so? So if we can simmer down, things will improve. I'm sure UK can't stomach all those things. What's all this? Let's go to next door. Let's go to Ghana.
No, it's tough. You know, if you remember, Richard Branson left Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Look, because people are asking for bribe everywhere. You know, bribe. Once you're asking people for bribe, you understand, it increases the cost of trading. Yes. That's what it simply means. Because the person is going to pass it on. We've talked about even food moving from the farm gate, you understand, to the market. All of those stops of them collecting 100 naira, you understand, in the name of produce. They say they are produce departments of one state. So you are doing that in all of the states. In some instances, in the state, you might have about 5 points, you understand, and all of that.
It adds up.
Can we actually say that we're our own problems?
Yeah. It's shocking. And you can join the conversation. Kofi, I don't know which of the lines we're using on the morning. It will probably be, see. Okay. 0201-277-0993. Yeah. 0201-277-1993. These are our backup lines. 0201-277-2993 and 0201-277-3993. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I want to assume you've been following our conversation.
Yeah, I do. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh dear, he cannot hear us.
Please go ahead. Can we meet you?
If only you just go on and talk. Well, he can't hear us. And there are a few messages on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp, studio WhatsApp line, once again, is 0809-597-5805. Good morning, dear presenters. I think we as Nigerians can also export our knowledge abroad. For me, I run an econometrics analysis for Nigerian students studying abroad for their assignment and project work. I must tell you, some foreign students are paying for my services. Thanks. That's from Evans.
Yeah, so that's a very great...
Let's take this phone call. We'll come back to that. Hi there. Good morning. Hello. Can you hear me? All right. There could be some challenges. It looks like people can't hear us. These numbers is 0201-277-0993, 1993, 2993, and 3993. The base being 0201-277. You can alternate between 0 and 3 and follow up with 993. Nee, you are making a point.
Yeah, so I like what that guy is doing. You know, I like ingenious people, right? That's a very creative thing. You know, where you don't have any competition. You know, you think out of the box. I mean, we've talked about, I think there's something written somewhere there, thinking out of the box. And we say, no, there's no box.
There's no box at all.
You understand? So there's no box. So you wake up and you're like, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. Please, I'm Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm calling from Yebode in Ogun State.
All right. Go ahead, talk to us.
Yeah, I want to ask about what...
Oh, come on. All right. Apologies for that, Emmanuel. Looks like some technical problem. Anybody else on the line?
Yeah, hello, good morning. This is Ayo from Lekki.
Welcome, Ayo.
Yeah, thank you for all the topic and the discussion you've had. So blessed with the conversation. So one of the things I would like to also ask, is there a way, because all the things you have been saying on this program since I've been listening, are the solutions that if government could just listen to what you guys are saying and implement it, we'll have a lot of solutions to our problem. So I don't know, are there channels in which, or maybe you can just redirect all the conversation to the government agency and let them listen to what you guys are saying, because you guys are giving the key solution to our problem in terms of exportation and the likes. For example, you want to import out of the country, you have a lot of checkpoints there that people are collecting money. Can't government do something about it? And also, please, I would like to ask, is there a way to join the community you are actually talking about? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very, very much. So let me start from the last one. Yes, there's a way. There's a number. I think the number I gave out a while ago. It's 0912 171 2885. 0912 171 2885. Please address your message to Mr. Niyi Adeosun directly. It's a WhatsApp message. Send it.
No calls, no SMS.
No calls, no SMS. Just a message. We have somebody. Is that Skype? Yes, we have somebody on Skype. Okpayemi Samuel. Hello, how are you doing, Samuel? Are you there? Can you hear us? All right.
He's muted himself.
Oh, okay. Samuel, you are muted. If you can hear us, you can unmute.
Hello, Femi.
Yes, go ahead. How are you doing?
Good morning, everyone.
Is it Okpayemi or Samuel?
Good morning.
It's Okpayemi Samuel.
Okay, it's Okpayemi. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Okpayemi.
Yeah. Yes, I was just calling to ask, how can those of us in the diaspora be part of this exports? You know, I've been listening to this show for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Well, I don't know exactly, but I've never heard you guys talked about this part of, some of us are young. We are buying these things very, very, very expensive. And we know there's an opportunity for us to, to make money in it.
Which country are you at?
I'm in the UK.
So, we've talked about UK in the last, we just talked about UK. We've been talking about UK in all of this conversation today.
Some of us that are here that wants to still do business.
Yeah.
So send me a WhatsApp message. The number has been dropped. It's going to be dropped again.
Where are you in UK? Where are you in UK?
I'm in Hull City, East Yorkshire.
Okay.
Good. So that's the whole idea. We understand community. We understand that we can't do things all by ourselves. I talked about constituting a team of people, you understand, that intend to own an African shop. Because what their complaint was that the way Asians talk to Nigerians, there's Asians that bring stuff to the UK to sell Nigerian stuff. That they disrespect, not just that you want to buy, that they disrespect.
See an Indian shop by selling gari,
that they disrespect them.
They sell fufu. And you start to wonder that you guys don't make fufu, and the way they talk to us.
Exactly.
Well, in reality, some of them, there are things that are cheaper than some of our African shops. So you find our people going to those Asian shops, to go and buy some of these things. Because they are.
So what you're going to do for us? When you get the number, you reach out to me, because we want to work with you. We also want to work with you. We're dying to find people like you, because you are the one.
The number again, I missed it the first.
Okay. So it's of course it's 234 because you're outside the country. 234 plus 234 912 171 2885.
2885. Thank you so much, Femi. Thank you so much.
We're also looking forward to hearing from you. So
all right, Okpayemi. So that's zero.
Yeah. What's up? All right, thank you.
It's 0912 171 2885. We've got to leave this conversation here. It looks like we're running out of time. I'll quickly take this. Hello, presenters. How about using airplanes in the form of air cargo to transport goods across the country? Don't you think that is a more cost-effective solution? Just curious. A nice show. That's from Gerald in Ikoyi. We can't deal with that today. But I want you guys to think about it.
Very expensive.
So that's not just to answer him summary. That's not an economical way at all.
Yeah, I have had to air
all.
Oh, dear, I will never forget what air cargoing stuff every day did to me. For some years when we had a sports paper, Spot On, they almost.
You are listening to your
Let's
number
go
one
on the
station.
show. Next week we'll be back and it will be bigger. Have a wonderful week ahead of you.
Info. Let's talk.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.